Hi, it's good to be here on this Monday evening. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, I think is what I was saying last week. Happy New Year this week. I hope you all had an awesome New Year and a safe one. It's lovely to see everyone. I'm just going to mute my microphone on my other computer here. I do cross post to Michelle R. Price, the Lightworker, as you can see next to me here, my logo, Michelle R. Price, the Lightworker. So I'm doing angel card readings tonight, Oracle as well. It's all sort of same, angel card and Oracle. Also mediumship. If you want to connect to someone specifically, please let me know. Happy to have a look at that. Hello, Haley Marie. Happy New Year. Nice to see everyone popping up. Sarah Joyce, I will come to you this evening. So I'm doing live readings for an hour. If you are just logging on, I will be here for another hour, so don't panic. Hello, Ray Louise. Happy 21st. Beautiful. We made it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So Annie, Sarah Joyce, I'm just going to pop you down. So Sarah Joyce, after a little bit of guidance tonight, if anyone else is after any guidance, I am doing mentorship. So helping people discover their gifts and develop those, if that feels like your cup of tea. I also teach Reiki, but one-on-one I do readings, healings. I'm a pranic energy healer and a Reiki practitioner as well. So anything that you require, I can generally help you out with. So tonight I'll be doing a little around whatever you need, really. Your relationships, health, career, guidance in general, coming into 2021, or we are in 2021 now, looking ahead, what is that looking like, stuff like that. Whatever you can think of is what I can do. So pretty much anything. If you have questions, concerns, let me know. I'm more than happy to look at that for you. Now, I've only got Sarah Joyce down here at the moment. We've got a few people watching on my page at the moment, which is awesome. Hello, Tracy Ann. Just having a look at Michelle R. Price, the Lightworker. Now, there is a link to my page in this post. So if you haven't liked my page yet, certainly follow that link and you can like my page. And that would be wonderful. I'd really appreciate that. And that's where a lot of people are actually watching from as well. Rebecca O'Reilly, you're on my list. So Rebecca, going to have a look at a card for you. Yes or no is the question. So we'll have a look at that. Oh, Tanya, yay. Tanya Gillies Slavin. I do have my children's cards, guys. So if you do have kids watching, please let me know. And I will draw some cards for them. Son Hunter, daughter Holly. So just putting them down, and we've got our kid cards here. So I've got the spirit animal cards and also the children's wellbeing cards. Just going to grab my little highlighter and just highlight that so I know that we're doing kids cards. Tanya Gillies, slaving you up on my list. So that is perfect. Now I'm going to get into drawing some cards. I'm just going to start shuffling. So if I haven't seen you yet, it's not that I'm ignoring you. Sophie May, I've spotted you. Sophie May, let me know if there's anything in particular that you would like to have a look at, and I'm happy to guide you in that way. Now, just coming back to Spiritual Events Directory, going through some of the names. Who am I drawn to? Who am I drawn to? Kim Williams, I like you. Not to say I don't like everyone, but I am drawn to you, Kim Williams. So let me know if there is anything. Otherwise, I'll just put down guidance. My pens keep running out while I'm writing. Just ran out of ink. Kim Williams, I've got you down for guidance. Sophie May, let me know if there is anything in particular. I've just got you down for general as well. Guidance, Sophie May. Yvonne Clapman, love reading, thank you. Clapham to Hill. Yeah, guidance will be great. David Wallace Bryant, okay. David Wallace Bryant, you're on my list, and that is just for guidance. So you are on my list. Melinda Leadbeater, romance, beautiful. Melinda, you're on my list. Leadbeater. No, I won't keep writing names because I do want to get into the readings. So just copy and paste. If you're watching, hi Cassie, Catherine, Mel, and Sophie General, good. So if you are looking and I haven't seen your comment, then please just keep reposting and let me know what you need. Beck Banville, I'll put you down for mediumship. So Beck Banville, mediumship. Beck, and connecting to late partner and see what we need to know there. So mediumship I do as a sort of joint effort. I'll put it all together All right, so just going to scroll down to the bottom. Now, if I haven't seen you, please just copy and repaste your comment, and I'm more than happy to come to you. Just going to throw that pen over there because it is not working anymore. There is no ink in that pen. Okay, Sarah Joyce, just going to come to you first. Sarah Joyce, let's do fairies for Sarah. So I'm just going to do fairies and see what I need to know. Now I'm going to close my eyes. I am a, oh, that's interesting. I am a clairvoyant primarily. Gigi Rock, that's very interesting. You've just caught my attention. Gigi Rock, Special Forces team. Will I join the Special Forces? I can't remember before June, or is there some delay? I really want to work with the female team. Wow, that's very specific. Love your insight. Special Forces team. Gigi, I'll ask what we need to know around that. If there's anything, you know, with someone pulling back, that sort of thing. Senior officer. Let's ask, hey, if there's anything around there we need to be aware of. That's a great question. I love that. Very specific. Thank you, Gigi. And you're up on my list. Just going to scroll down to the bottom. Now, going to close my eyes. As I said, I am clairvoyant, so I will close my eyes for a lot of this. So if you are just tuning in, make sure you copy and paste your comments. Kate Taylor, my something died. I'm guessing it's your phone, but you haven't missed anything. I haven't said your name yet, but I believe that maybe your phone died. So yes, just going to start shuffling. I'm going to do some cards for Sarah. We'll get into it, and then I'll click back in, have a look at who's commenting, who needs guidance, and see who I'm drawn to. So if I do skip over you, it's not that I'm doing that deliberately. It's just that Spirit will call me to you when required, and I will come back to you. So it doesn't mean there's been plenty of people who have messaged like crazy, and I haven't seen their comment until right at the end, and then they've had a reading. Yes, that's worth hanging around as well. Sarah, just going to come to you. This is the fairy deck. So I just want to see what's going on with you at the moment. Sarah, I do feel quite stressed as I'm connecting to your energy, quite stressed through chest and throat. So that's quite tension through here. So just watch that. Quite a bit of stress. That's the tension in particular. Almost feels like I want to cough. So maybe even getting something off my chest will be handy, but I feel like sitting in my throat and chest space. So just have a look at that, because that's going to be good to get rid of some of that tension in your body. So these are the fairies. Fairies look after children, animals, and health, all of the above. But they can also help us out with, you know, different things like property, you know, getting a car. Wow, new career, hey? Beautiful. This is perfect, Sarah. Nothing to be other than yourself. That's authentic. Knowing that you're authentic, it doesn't matter, you know, what other people think or say, but being yourself, being really authentic, that's past into now. That's you working through that, becoming a little bit more comfortable with that, yeah? Being authentic. You're okay with who you are, working on that. Perfect timing is in the present, yeah? So taking the step, doing the work, moving ahead, yeah? So perfect timing in the present. Winter is coming into the cooler months. That's moving forward. So things shifting, things happening in winter. So we're in summer at the moment. We've got a little bit of ways to go before we get back to winter again. But things shifting, happening in winter, coming into the cooler months. That focuses. And new career. So new career is the overall kind of clarifier. Hang on a sec. New career, overall clarifier. So that's the overall message. Bottom of the deck for me, new career. So let me have a look at the overall message. Be yourself, perfect timing. Winter feels like a lot, lots shifting, moving into now. Now's time to move forward, but winter. So it's a slow progression is what I want to say. So working through slowly until we get to this. That could be around that change in particular, because it is career for me. Working towards that, nothing dramatic, no sudden movements, yeah? We don't want to shock the system. I feel like being sensitive with yourself or aware of, you know, how you're feeling, because it's chest and throat for me, quite a bit of tension in there. But new career, beautiful. Let me just get a little bit of insight, see if we can get something specific around that, yeah. Sarah, what this actually feels like for me is almost coming around full circle. So it's coming around to something that I've done previously, or something that I really wanted to do as a child. You know, when we're kids, we know a lot of stuff, we remember a lot more. As we get older, we forget. So I feel like coming around full circle, what is it that I really enjoy doing? So it could be going back to something I was doing earlier as a career, or looking at what I wanted to do as a kid. Yeah, going back, yeah, coming around full circle. So have a think about that. And if that gives you some clues, fabulous. Your wish is granted. Bottom of the deck, underneath the other one. Reading from the bottom of the deck, also business venture as well. So that is working for yourself, starting your own thing. So I feel like coming around full circle. So having a think about that, Sarah, and that is super exciting. Give me some feedback, guys, too, because I love the feedback. So I'd love to hear from you. If I'm on track or not, let me know, because that is good for me. Now, fairy cards, going to do Rebecca O'Reilly, fairy cards. They're good with children, animals, and health. Hi, Sandy. Hello. Thank you for watching. Who I have around me. Sandy, you're asking around spirit, yeah? So spiritually, who I have around me. Is that guides or something like that? Yeah, beautiful. No, that's no problem, Rebecca. I'm coming to you right now. Beautiful Kylie Young. Hello. Kylie Young. Let me know if there's anything particularly that you're after, and I'm more than happy to have a look at that. Just going to scroll up here. Michelle Ann Borgo, looking around true love. Lots of little love hearts there. So Michelle Ann Borgo, I'm just putting you on my list. I'm going to pop you down here. Michelle Ann Borgo, looking around relationships, love life, true love, true love. Let's have a look at that for you. I'm putting a little love heart down here so we can fall into the same. Melinda Thompson, hello. Mediumship with my husband, Michael. Hello, Melinda. Melinda, I'm just going to pop you on my list and see if there's any messages from Michael for you tonight. So if there is mediumship that you're after, just be specific with me and let me know what you need from me. So beautiful. Melinda's on my list. So yeah, be specific, because in this forum we've only got an hour together, so it is helpful for me to know who we're coming to. If you wanted to connect with me one-on-one, there's a link in the post and you can click on that and go to my page. You can like my page if you want to, you don't have to, but have a look at that. There is a private group with my page as well. I do oracle cards, healings, all of the above, a combination. I do reading healing combo, which is really fun. That's an hour and a half of pure treatments and readings, connections, guidance, all of those things. And also I'm a mentor, so I do mentorship for people and Reiki teaching. I'm a Reiki master now as well. So if you want to learn Reiki and you're on the sunny coast, then please look me up. More than happy to do that. Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to get into Rebecca O'Reilly, yes or no. So we just want to ask around, yes or no, what do we need to know? This is with the fairies, Rebecca, so just going to come to you for that one. I do have the children's wellbeing cards, which I'm using next. So if you have kids watching and you're listening to me, let me know and I can draw around your kids as well. But just wait till I've got my eyes open and I can see your comments. Oops, that one's popped out. Healing, healed, healer. Rebecca, so an indication of, and I know that because you do pranic energy healing like myself, but that's usually around the situation being healed, specifically what we're talking about. So the situation being healed, that's passed into now. Rebecca's after a yes or no, so we're just going to see what else pops out. This is in the present, so just going to have a look at that for Rebecca. I'll just draw a couple of cards for you, lovely. Okay, good. Rebecca, present. Here we are. I think that's the yes or no answer you're after. Daughter, indicating that we have either a child in spirit coming through. So this can indicate pregnancy, but also a child in spirit, you know, trying to communicate, that sort of thing. So daughter's in the present, assertiveness moving forward, that is speaking up for what you want, your needs, desires, being really clear about that with our other half, our family, all of those sorts of things, but speaking up for what you need, yeah, moving forward, making your intentions clear, your needs and desires, and goodbye to the old, hello to the new. So that is getting rid of what no longer serves us and allowing new doors to open moving forward. So different energy shift, yeah, moving forward. Daughter's in the present, hun. So yes or no, would feel like we've answered that. It was around children for Rebecca, for those of you who aren't aware. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question, Rebecca. Tanya Gillies, Slaven, we have the kid cards, hooray. Now, these are beautiful. These are the cards I use for children. I do readings with children. If you have kids who are going through anything that they need guidance around, obviously kids go through stuff as well. So we've got those ones, and we've got the children's wellbeing cards as well. So I do use those in my readings one-on-one and also in my groups on lives. And when I do those sessions with Rebecca and Belinda that you might have seen in my private group, we do joint light readings too. So if you are tuning into me for the first time, you may want to jump onto my business page, because we do joint live readings with some other people who've graduated from my mentorship group, which is really fun. So it means you're getting more perspective. I was saying that to one of my clients this evening. You're getting more perspectives. You know, I have one perspective, I've got my life experience, but when you've got 3 different people doing readings, it's 3 different perspectives. So it's pretty cool. So we are doing that on my page as well. Technically slave, and I've got the spirit animal cards. I feel like these are relevant. So I'm just going to have a look around Hunter and Holly, 2 H names, which is good, easy to remember. Hunter and Holly, what do we need to know? So I may do a couple of draws, so we'll see if I need to. Just going to see, this could be Hunter. Let's do Hunter and we'll see what they are. Thank you for watching, by the way. It's very, very good to have the kids exposed to this sort of thing. I never had this when I was growing up. So it's pretty amazing, the advent of the internet and what we can see on there now. Hunter. All right, so these are the spirit animal cards. Beautiful. Now, these do tie in with your chakras as well. So trust your feelings is the intuition. That is up here. Third eye. So Mummy will be able to explain this a bit more. I'm going to sort of go through pretty quickly. But that is connecting into your third eye, and that's your visions, dreams, you know, all that stuff is really important. But what's important about the third eye, most importantly, is feelings. Now, you know, with horses are very sensitive. They sense, you know, children, people who are sad, you know, so horses are very sensitive to human energy and emotions, and so they may react. So they teach us to be aware of what we're feeling, what we're thinking, and stuff like that. So what this comes back is to intuition, and it's like listening to that inner voice, if you like, listening to that inner voice and knowing that it guides me, and that's passed into now. So inner voice, really important. Look at this, hey, that's really good confirmation. Mummy will understand that. We were just talking about the inner voice and the third eye up here. That's what this is. So dreams is connecting into that. Now this is connecting into heart space as well. So listening to your heart, but paying attention to what your dreams are trying to tell you. So those 2 cards go perfectly together. Yeah. So that means, you know, when you wake up sometimes, you might remember some of your dreams, and you don't always, but it means paying attention to it. Maybe you write it down, you know, and then you can read it later. So if you have a little journal or a little book or something, that could be very interesting, because dreams can tell us a lot. Now, I love this for Hunter, and this is believing in magic. That is connecting into the root chakra, which is the very, very bottom one. There's 7 chakras in the body, and this is the very bottom one, the very first one. So believing in magic, and crow represents magic. So that means believing in things that sometimes other people don't believe in, you know. There's a lot of amazing things that can happen, things we can't explain. So that is a belief in magic with you moving forward, and that can be a little bit around being creative, thinking outside the square, but also understanding, you know, spiritual things as well. Mummy will be able to explain a bit more of what I mean by that. Okay, so that's Hunter. So hopefully that makes sense. They tie in really, really well together. So Holly, just going to come to Holly. These are my kid cards at the moment if you're just tuning in. They're spirit animal cards. If you're watching from my page, hello, Phoebes. Hello, lovely Phoebe. Phoebe, you're on my list. Just popping you down, Phoebes. And just after some general. Now, there are people watching on Michelle R. Price, the Lightworker. There's people also watching, of course, on Spiritual Events Directory. So wherever you are in the world, let me know if you're in a particular location. I would love to hear from you. 3 daughters go back to understanding and talking to each other. It is killing us. Maria, that sounds very in-depth. That sounds very in-depth. Gosh, a lot of people asking around relationships at the moment. There is always a bit of a theme. Anita, just going to come to you for mediumship with your son Bailey. So Anita, I'm just adding you to my list. My list, so don't go anywhere. And I will get some confirmation for you. Yeah, with mediumship. I feel like you really need that. Okay, so just scrolling through. Sunny, hello. Crystal, hello. Oh, thank you. Excellent. Oh, Sunny, that's an interesting question. You've attracted my attention. Sunny, another tricky surname. And blockage, setting up business. Let's have a look at that for you. Blockage, business. That's a good one. I do business readings. I don't sort of specify everything on my page, but I do past lives one-on-one. I don't do them in a group because it does take a little while, but I do past lives and also business readings. So I do detailed business, guidance around business. Often I work with spirit guides, your spirit guides for that. So Sonny, I will come to you. Bonnie, you're in Redcliffe. My mum and dad are in Kippering. Very, very close. Very, very close. Alyssa, happy to look at that. Mediumship, but just give me some specifics. Hi, Kirsty from the Sunshine Coast. I'm the Sunshine Coast too. If you wanted to do mediumship, more than happy. Ooh. Yes, darling, I will. Karen Baker, you're on my list. Make sure you stick around. I'm going to have a look at mum and health and just see what's going on there. Mum and health. So Karen's mum. All right. So Tanya Gillies Slavin. We have done Son Hunter. We're just coming to daughter Holly. So just going to connect into Holly at the moment. So if I have my eyes shut, please repost and share. Ooh, Alicia. That's an interesting one. 2-year-old son seeing negative spirits around certain family members. Alicia Prowse. That is an interesting one, lovely. I do have a paranormal background too, so if anyone does have any sort of cleansing, clearing advice that you need or house clearing, let me know because I do paranormal entity clearing. That's on my page. So this is right up my alley. Seeing negative energy. So I have those cards. Now, I probably will use the kid cards for you, Alicia, as well. So I'm just going to make a little note of that here. Let's just do that for your son. 2-year-old. Let's see. All right, so getting back into it, we're going to connect to Holly, Tanya's daughter. Let's just draw some cards there and I'll just whiz through some of these people. So keep reposting, keep resharing if I haven't seen your comment, and stick around to the end as well because we like to get feedback. So if there's anyone that is here towards the end and they've sort of been on here all night and I see your name keep popping up, then I will generally try to come to you, or come to as many people as I can. Holly, just going to come to you now. Being kind to yourself and others. This is coming into your sacral chakra. Mummy will be able to show you where that is. It's a little bit above that root chakra that I was talking about with your brother, Hunter. So being kind to yourself and others. So you can see the mummy deer with the little baby deer there. That is a sense of, trying to be kind, past into now. So learning that, really getting in touch with what that means. That is a compassion, generally. That means, feeling, putting yourself in other people's shoes. It might be at school, that sort of thing. Putting yourself in other people's shoes, really important. Past into now. So that's a lesson you're learning around that. So understanding that, if I say something hurtful, how that might feel to the other person and stuff like that. Asking for what you want. It's a line. It's a speaking. That's the voice. Up here. So that's telling mummy, mummy, I need this. Mummy, I need that. Being really clear about what you want and not holding back on that. Sometimes we get scared. We don't want to ask, that sort of thing. But you're being encouraged to do that. Speak up. Use your voice. Really important. Coyote is learning from your mistakes. Now, this is a big one. This seems interesting for me, especially with that one. You're learning some really big, important lessons at the moment, hey? Coyote is being kind or learning from your mistakes. So that means that when I do the wrong thing, I don't even like the word wrong. When you make a decision that's not maybe the best decision possible, it's learning from that so we don't do it again. It's like when you put your hand on a hot plate. You might put your hand on something hot and go, whoa, I don't do that again. You learn from that. So that's what we're talking about here. So big lessons. Mum, I hope that makes sense, Tanya. Sophie May was after some guidance. Thank you, both of you. That was awesome to connect with you. You're delightful, delightful little kids. Sophie May, just going to look at guidance for you. Now, Sophie May, these are whispers of healing. They do feel a bit heavy though, so I might leave them. What do I want to use? Sophie May, maybe these ones. Goddess guidance. Yeah, Goddess guidance are good. All right, so Sophie May, just going to do some guidance. I'm just going to whiz through a few just so we can catch up. I've got a bit of mediumship I'm going to do tonight as well, which is really, really good. Really enjoyable for me. I love being here. Hello, Nicola and Sue. So good to see all these names. Cat see spirits. Yes, Ainsley. Good question. Guys, I may not even get to read for you, but if you do have a question I can answer easily, fire away. That's a great question. Ainsley's just asked, can cats see spirits? Absolutely. All animals can. If your cat's kind of doing these ones, it's like a baby, or your dog, or growling, for no reason, with a dog especially. Absolutely, they can see spirit. Generally what they're seeing is the orb. So they're generally seeing the orb that the spirit travels in when they're looking around like that quite quickly. So that's the spirit's vehicle. And then when they sort of slow down and it's like really staring at something, then generally that, spirit has taken shape or form. So that's a great question. Ask those questions away. I'm more than happy to answer those questions without having to sort of tune in and do cards and all that sort of stuff. Misty, hello. I've seen your comment. Reading on 2021 future, Margaret Rogerson. Margaret, I'll pop you down. My list is growing ever longer, but I'll pop you down and I'll do my best. Rogerson, 2021, what's it looking like? Thank you for tuning in as a first timer. That's much appreciated. All right, so going to get into Sophie May after some guidance. So Sophie May, just going to draw some cards for you. We'll have a look at what is coming out. Guidance for Sophie May. Sophie, you've got great energy. It's very yang, yeah, doing. Good energy, which means getting things done. Bright future, past into now. So there's an understanding and acceptance of that. No need to worry. So that's trusting. I feel like you've done that. I feel like you've worked through that, which is really good, coming into trusting. Peace is in the present, nothing to worry about again. So a sense of, worry was something that I did before, is something that I'm not doing as much, or I'm working through not doing that as much now. So peace is not worrying. Stop worrying, everything's working out fine, which is essentially what the Lakshmi card means as well, bright future. And we are blossoming moving forward. Look at that. That's you coming out of your beautiful flower. And that means coming into your own, coming into your own, following your heart's desires, all those sorts of things are Akira. Now, bold means don't stand down. Now, isn't it interesting? We were just asking about the cats. One of the ladies was asking whether cats can see spirit and all that sort of stuff. Here's the cat. Isn't that amazing? I love how spirit works. So the cat, of course, is very bold. It doesn't be bossed around. You can't boss a cat around. It's like we're all its slaves. I've got a cat. I know what I'm talking about. So bold is don't back down. Continue until you achieve exactly what you want to achieve. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Sophie May was after just some general. Kim Williams after some guidance as well. So these have Goddess guidance. These are Doreen Virtue, which you can't buy anymore. You can't get Doreen Virtue cards because she's not doing it anymore. So it is very lucky indeed that we have, most of my decks are Doreen Virtue, to be honest. And I believe they're worth about $600, I think, for some decks if they're in good nick. So it's a good way to, make a buck if you ever wanted to do that. Mine are all a bit worn, so I don't know that I'll ever be selling mine. But if you do want to connect with me one-on-one, I do readings, healings, mentorship, Reiki teaching, all of the above. I am based on the Sunshine Coast, so all my times are in standard time, not daylight saving time. And if you feel to connect one-on-one, the link is in this post. Click on that. You can like my page, feel free, and you can book a reading with me one-on-one. And I do a healing reading combo, which is 1.5 hours, which is really lovely. Kim Williams, I'm just going to come to you. Kim is after a little bit of guidance as well. Just going to check in with yourself and see what I need to know there. Oops. Kim, that one's just popped out, bright future, same as before, so same as the previous reading that I just did. That's passed into now. So that is usually someone coming to terms with, as I said to the previous person, you understanding that, I can trust that, even though it's very uncertain. Now, what I want to say with you is it's around more the COVID-19, everything being a bit uncertain, shaken up. It's coming to terms with that. We can't control everything. And I feel like coming to a realization of that with you, really important, moving forward. So just think about how that applies to you. But it does feel like around, we can't change these things. Like we don't know when the next person's going to come in and have it and we're back into lockdown. So we do have to really be flexible is what I want to say, and accepting of change. Yeah. So very similar to the previous. Oh my God, that is incredible. Wow. I don't know if you guys are like related, but Sophie May and Kim Williams, you have the identical cards. Bright future, peace. It's a bit of where I'm worrying, and it does feel around, COVID-19 changes, restrictions, ISO, all of that stuff we've been through, and blossoming. That's bizarre. Maybe it's because I use the same deck twice in a row. I don't know, but the bottom of the card, bottom of the deck is different. Medicine woman, that's a healer. So an indication of you having some healing ability. So looking into that, if you haven't already studied, energy work, that can be anything. Reiki, pranic energy, other things I do, but there's acupressure, all sorts of things. But medicine woman is knowing how to heal and help others and being on the front line. So have a think about how that applies. That is fabulous. You guys just, I don't know if you're related or what's going on there, but you both have the same 2 in a row. Pretty much identical. David Wallace, just going to come to you for some guidance. So David, hopefully, Melissa, first timer, hello. Husband's career. Melissa Metcalf, I'm popping you on my list. I'll do my best. I may not get to everyone that I put down, and I apologize for that, but I always do my best. You and hubby. And we still have some mentorship, mediumship rather, to get to. So I'll just get through these last little, David, Melinda, and Gigi. We have some big questions from you guys. David was just after guidance. Melinda Lebeted guidance. Gigi was after Special Forces team information, which sounds very interesting. I'm quite fascinated with that. My background is forensic mediumship as well. I'm really interested in that. I do a bit around that, looking for missing people, abductions, all that sort of stuff, kidnappings. Find it quite fascinating. So the Special Forces team thing is interesting. Very, very interesting. David Wallace, just going to come to you for some guidance. Let me just see what I need to know there. David, what I want to say with you is all business now, which means a little serious. And I also feel a bit of stuff going on around the emotional centers with you, around my center, so around the lungs, ribs, that sort of thing. They're the emotional centers. So just watch that because we can sort of hold on to stuff if we haven't processed everything, and it can linger, in that area and cause some issues around gut, digestive system. I'm not feeling any issues through solar plexus, but I just feel things going around lungs, which is emotional. So David, just going to come here. It can be a little serious, so I feel like sometimes we want to lighten up a little bit. Now, planting some seeds. That one's upside down, so it indicates there's a bit of work and trust to be done with that. Putting the seeds in the ground, allowing them to pop up and feeling the benefit of that, reaping the rewards. Now, that is an 11, master number 2 and 9, so that's around life purpose, okay? So having a think about how that applies, but putting the little seeds in the ground, allowing them to pop up. It's upside down, which means some work to be done, usually around trust. In the present, it's balancing those chakras out. I was saying it's a little bit more serious. I was feeling a bit serious in your energy. It's lightening up a little bit, and this is bringing those into balance. So I feel like, if we're too yang, or too yin, that can be imbalanced. We want to come into the yin yang, the real masculine, feminine, as balanced as we can be in alignment. So sometimes that's being in the present, smelling the flowers, getting out on the grass, earthing our energy. Moving forward, you're unstoppable, my friend. That is the Phoenix. That's the front of the deck. So really important card. 2 and 7 is humanitarian for me. That's being on the front line, helping, healing, being of service. So the Phoenix. And that is where the Phoenix, of course, bursts into flames, turns to ashes, and rises from that and becomes bigger and better than ever. The bottom of the deck, your clarify, is feathers. So that's signs from heaven. So when we're nice and present, as I was talking about with the chakras, grounding, being present, we notice these more. So that's the butterflies flying around, landing on your shoulder, all of those unusual things that we can't quite explain. When we're in the present, we're noticing, those things happening. Let me just see what the overall message is. This is for David, and David was after just general guidance. Phoenix, let's have a look at Phoenix. Planting seeds, have a think about that, putting it in the ground, allowing it to flower. That's passed into now. So it could already be doing that. The Phoenix is reaping the rewards of that. Let me have a look at that. You're unstoppable, mate. You are unstoppable. Yes, there's a little bit of work to be done, more around sort of trust, listening to inner guidance, balancing out the yin yang for you. But moving forward, you're unstoppable. So do the work, and it feels like rising from the ashes. It also feels like listening less to others. I feel like there are naysayers among your, friendship circle, family, that sort of thing. Listening less to others, listening more to you, your gut intuition. Not so much the intellect, but coming into the feeling, So watching what others are saying around you and just, taking what you need to, but not listening to everything because people can be quite opinionated. David, hopefully that makes sense for you. Melinda Leadbeater was after general. I'm just going to come up here. No, I'm going to go down here. Melinda Leadbeater going to go to angel therapy for Melinda. And then we're going to have a look at Gigi. And then we're going to do some mediumship, which is really cool. So thank you for joining me on this Monday. I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas and New Year's. Hi, Nicola. You're not on my list yet, lovely. But I do have quite a long list. So if I do have time, I'll add you. Tazzy, hello. Whoops. That was interesting. It flew upside down. Now, you will see me put cards back in. If they land face up, I grab them. If they land face down, then I don't. That's my intention. That's what I let Spirit know that my intention is. 2-year-old son. Oh, hang on. I haven't even scrolled down the bottom. Melissa Burgess, Michelle Amborgo. No, I haven't done your reading yet, Michelle. You're coming up still, so you haven't missed anything. A lot of phones going flat tonight. That's very strange. Now, we do have a troll on, so I'm just going to block this person. So just bear with me. Apologies. I just need to block this person, unfortunately. If you are listening and you are trying to spam people, then I will block you. Okay, so just letting you know that I am blocking It does take a little bit of time, but I am blocking you. Okay, so hopefully that has worked. David Willis Bryant, thank you. Oh, beautiful. I'm glad that made sense for you. Awesome. Now, if you are jumping on, I will ban you if you are trying to spam our followers. Melinda Leadbeater General. Whoops. And Gigi Rock as well. All right, so just going to come there. General Melinda Leadbeater. Okay. Oops. Shopping cards everywhere at the moment. Thank you so much for watching on this Monday evening. It is good to be on holidays for many of you, I'm sure. Okay. Yeah, okay. Future's an interesting one. All right, so Melinda, very, very good. Yeah, oh wow, this is definitely a theme. Melinda, have a think about this. This is integrity passed into now, really important. What I feel like this is around others, you know, others' judgment of us, you know, sometimes being misunderstood, that sort of thing. As long as you got your integrity intact, you're good. And I feel like it's really important to hold on to that. So when people are, you know, saying whatever they're saying, doing whatever they're doing, similar to the last connection that I just did, as long as you've got your integrity, you're good. So I feel like stick to that and really trust that, being authentic. Now, it is feeling like that's pretty clear, yeah? That's Michael, both of those cards, cutting your cords, cancel, clear, delete. That means getting rid of, you know, attachment to friendships, relationships that aren't serving our greatest good and highest purpose. Very, very clear, yeah? Definitely a theme. Sacral is then allowing new energy to be created. So what I feel like, love, is get rid of that, you know, whatever's not helpful, healing, serving us, moving forward. And then we are creating new ideas, new projects. Sacral chakra, that is womb space. So that is very, very healing. Gigi, thank you, Melinda. Gigi, just going to come to you, Special Forces team. Which deck do I want to use? I might do psychic reading cards for Gigi. Then I'm going to do some mediumship. Mediumship. So I'm going to do mediumship. Going to have a look at Beck, Melinda Thompson, and Anita, who I can't pronounce your surname. Just going to come into there and do a bit of mediumship. Okay, so got another troll on, so just going to ban you. So if you are watching and you are planning to spam anyone, just know that I am blocking you and banning you. So that is done. Now, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Jackie, hello, first timer. Yay. That's awesome. Jackie, I do have quite a few people written down, but I'll just add you anyway. And if I don't get to you, I apologize. But I will do my best. Soulmate, just popping you on my list. Thank you, Jackie. So we'll do our best to get there. All right, Gigi, just Special Forces team, just going to have a look at that. Bree, hello, Bree. Oh, Bree, sounds like you've done a test, have you? Have you done a test? Maybe you want to private message me. Gigi, Special Forces team, senior officer, what's going on there? Just going to use a little bit of lavender oil. Lavender is really good for increasing your sensitivity, connection. So when you're drawing cards and things like that, it actually helps a lot with feeling which cards you need to select. So Special Forces team, senior officer, let's have a look at that for Gigi. Gigi, I feel like I'm over-analysing a little bit. I know you've got an intuition or an intuitive feeling about this, but I do feel like I'm overthinking things as well. And just be careful of that, over-analysing, yeah? That means up in my head. So I do know you've got that feeling that, you know, something's changed or something's shifted, but I don't feel like you know the background to that and why, you know, she feels like she's pulling back. It could be something personal going on there, and nothing, when I say personal, about, you know, personal life, her family, and not necessarily anything to do with you. I feel like just be careful of over-analysing is what I want to say. Special Forces team, let's see what pops out. These are the psychic reading cards to be Malone. She is a forensic medium as well. And very well respected. She's got a couple of books too, which is interesting. Gigi, just going to have a look at, wow, these are good cards. Right, well, there we go. Communication passed into now, so that means speaking up, being assertive, speaking what's on your mind. Yeah, so I feel like you're working on that passed into now. Speaking up, assertive, good. In the present, it's making money. So I feel like that's positive. I feel like this is a promotion. It's got to be earning a bit more money. That's the abundance. That's the coins. In the present, it's, you know, pretty clear. Numbers, I imagine, would be a little bit of what you do. looking for, codes, things making sense. I guess like I'm thinking like Da Vinci Code, that sort of thing, formulas, like all that sort of stuff may come into play, but code is what's coming up for me in particular. So if that makes sense for what you're doing or what you would be doing in the role, then take that on board because it's feeling like codes for me. It reminds me a bit of Da Vinci Code. I love figuring out that stuff. Now look at all the numbers. There's 8s, 3s, all that sort of stuff. Bottom of the deck is that infinity. It's going on and on forever. Life goes on, an understanding of that. It doesn't end. So I feel like this is really good. I don't feel like there's anything to worry about. I just feel like be careful over analysing, thinking too much about it because it feels like that's what's happening. So positive, we've got the money there, hooray. So it feels like taking a step up. All right, so just going to go to the butterflies now. So just going to do some mediumship. I do tend to use the butterflies to connect with spirit when I'm doing it in this forum. So thank you, Elsie, for watching, Rebecca. Cooking the barbecue for hungry kids. Wow. If you've got kids watching, Karen, no, you haven't missed your reading yet. If you've got kids watching, let me know, and I'm more than happy to draw my kid cards. Peppermint is good too. What's good for peppermint? Peppermint. Oh, peppermint. Right. Yes, it is, Rachel. Yes. Sorry, you're talking about the lavender oil. Peppermint is a very good cleanser, and also eucalyptus. Eucalyptus oil is amazing. So really, really good. Now, who are we coming to? Beck Banville, late partner. I'm just going to have a look over here. So loved ones coming to my right. So I'm looking over in this direction. Beck, what I want to say here is I've got great sorrow. Yeah, great sorrow. It just feels like a big gap or something in my solar plexus. It's the best way I could describe it. And great sorrow. And I feel like all up here, I haven't said anything, haven't said everything that I need to. And it feels like some stuff is stuck. Often what I find in my readings is it gives spirit and yourself a chance to talk and commune. And it does feel like there's a little bit of talking that needs to happen. Now, I've also got a gift. I've got flowers, and I feel like trying to give them to you. So it feels like flowers for me. Just going to see what else we need to know, then I'm going to draw some cards. It also feels like too soon. So what I want to say is too soon, so sooner than I expected. And this is in terms of the passing. So sometimes they have come to terms with it and they're like, yep, that was my time. But it does feel like too soon is what I want to say. It also feels like tear, as in, heart. It feels broken, tear like this, heart. So just watch heart. You may have to do some heart healing. What I also want to say, and I'm not sure what this means because I don't have time to interpret it, but I'm just going to pass it on, is there's two sides to every story. I feel like I want to say that. Hopefully that resonates, you understand what I'm saying, but two sides to every story. I'm just going to draw some cards and then I'll move on to the next connection. One-on-one, obviously, we do mediumship. We're going to spend a lot more time, but I'm just trying to get to as many people as possible. Now, I do send your loved ones back with great respect and honor and blessings, but I do it together at the end after we disconnect, so just all at once. So it is a little bit easier for me timing-wise, but I do that. Because your loved ones choose me before you come. So that's amazing, hey? All right. Now, these cards are life changes. That's what they basically mean. Volunteering is doing something for free and with no expectation of getting anything for it. So when I say sometimes there's a card that comes out, it's when you get nervous, focus on service. And that is doing something without expectation of a return. It's putting good energy out there so you can get good energy back. Yeah, so volunteering, really important, past into now. Joining in is getting back out there. So it feels like almost working through that grieving process, joining in, getting back out there. That's the only card with the two butterflies on. So it is about being more social, coming out of my shell, getting amongst it. So it will be difficult if you're in isolation, I guess. But if you're not, I feel like connecting. And I mean, you can still connect over Zoom and things like that. So reconnecting socially. Bottom of the deck is end of an era. So that is, usually someone sort of passing. It's the curtain closing, coming down, and it's the end of an era, but it means new beginnings as well. Hobbies comes into really volunteering for me. This is feeling a bit like a side hustle. So sometimes it can start by doing something on the side and then it can become our main role or gig. It is feeling like a side hustle life purpose for me. So having a think about that, the things that you enjoy and trying to make that into something, something you can make money out of. That's how I started. I was made redundant. Here we are. Yeah. So it can happen, Beck. So hopefully that makes sense. Two sides to every story, so see how that resonates. When we're one-on-one, I have more time to interpret, but I just usually just bring through whatever the messages are and allow you to have a feel into that. Melinda Thompson, my darling, I have husband Michael, so let me go to Michael. Lots of love, lots of, oh, goosebumps, lots of love. Melinda and I have done a reading together, so it is easier, you know, sometimes to bring that energy through. So just want to see what we need to know there. Melinda, this is quite a lot of emotion for me for some reason. And it's not that I'm feeling it physically, but it's the water. I feel like the water. Water is always emotion. It's also the feminine element in the body, but emotion, yeah, flow. I feel like that. So I feel like allow it. I feel like I need to have a good cry, essentially. Crying is releasing resistance. So I feel like the waterfall is symbolizing that for me. So I feel like just let go. It feels like it's building up. It's like a pressure cooker. I want to let go of that. Yeah. Well, there's also reference to love to the kids. So I just want to say that love to the kids, passing that on, an acknowledgement of that as a whole, as a group. Love to the kids. Oops. Just going to draw some cards, Melinda. Melinda, there's also reference to finances. So it feels like abundance, finances, that sort of thing coming. So just watch out for that. It'll be an unexpected windfall. It could be in incremental amounts or as a whole. Yeah. But watch that. Oh gosh, that's interesting. Another hobby. Oh my God, the cards here. The cards here for finances, Melinda. Great confirmation. Amen. Hobbies, same sort of thing as I was saying to the last lady, Beck. But this is, you know, figuring out what you're good at and just doing it. You know, it could be playing music, dancing, whatever it is. Do what makes you happy, makes you smile. Raising vibrations is what I want to say for that one. This is being authentic, yeah? Not worrying about what other people say about me or whatever it is. It's being authentic. As long as you can live with, you know, and sleep, go to sleep at night, then we're good. That's all that matters. Not worrying about other people or what they're saying and doing. And the windfall card, it's there. Amen. Look at that, windfall. Yeah. So we're trying to help. We're trying to assist with. So watch out. It could be incremental, you know, money coming away. It could be a lump sum. Yeah. So it'll be unexpected. But he's helping with that, which is great. That is good confirmation. Goosebumps and really strong energy. As soon as we connected, feeling it. All right, Anita. Thank you, Melinda. Anita, just going to connect to your son, Bailey, and just see what we need to know there as well. Anita. Anita, what I want to say here is quite a soft energy and quite sensitive as well, and quiet, yeah, so coming in quite quietly. Usually they'll show me a part of their personality, an aspect of that, but it does feel quiet to me. I don't feel like I want to shout or speak very quickly, so a little quieter, yeah. What I also feel with this energy is quite good with technology. So quite good with, you know, apps and things like that, I want to say. But it's like, you know, devices, I guess, that sort of thing. But it seems, yeah, that's what I feel. Technology, so an understanding of that, knowledge of that, something like that. So feeling like technology for me. What I also feel like I want to say is it's like dust it off and get back out there. It feels like similar to the last person I was talking about with joining in, or the previous one, Beck, I think it was, joining in, getting back out there. I feel like dust it off and get back out there. It feels the same sort of thing. It feels like I need to put myself out there a little bit more, you know, trying to make connections, you know, new connections, or reconnecting with, you know, previous friends that I haven't seen for a little while as well. Dust it off and get back out there. I'm just going to draw from the butterfly deck. Anita, there's also this thing around smiling. I feel like I want to say to you, you know, smile, smile. And it's like almost, my husband says to me, showing my teeth. I always smile with my mouth closed, but I feel like smiling. It lights up your face, something like that. A smile. Oh, you know, the technology reference. It feels like mum's got to catch up with the, keep up with the times, developing technology. There's new technology out there or something like that. So it could be to do with your phone, what phone you have, something like that. But it feels like a bit of a joke, like a bit funny, and catching up with technology. Oops, a bit of my cards just broken. Oh, another finances card. Sobriety is, giving up something that's not serving me anymore. It can be alcohol, that sort of thing, but quitting something. So sobriety is in the present. Adult children, past into present. Adult children's in the present. So we are communicating at the moment with your son, of course, Bailey, and courage is moving forward. So we'll take a little bit of courage for us to get through, to move forward, as you would understand. But we can do it. Yeah, courage. The universe doesn't give us any more than we can handle. It just feels like it a lot of the time. Now we've got the finances card again. So it's different to windfall. Windfall was what I was saying before. Finances is them helping out often. So there's going to be a bit of a boost with the finances for you as well, Anita. So hopefully that makes sense and resonates with everyone. Anita, crossing you off the list. Thank you, everyone who wanted to do mediumship with me tonight. Michelle and Borgo. I'm just going to come to Michelle and Borgo. Yeah, Anita, I wonder if that makes sense with your technology, because that's why when I was saying, the devices and stuff like that, I was like, no, I don't feel like this is for me, but it was more like a little dig at you. Maybe we need to update your phone, something like that. And the smile lights up your face, yeah? So when babies come through, they come through as little children, little people. So that is really interesting, really, really interesting. So it does feel like a little dig, Anita. We need to get up to date with our technology. So great feedback. Thank you. Now I did miss Michelle. Yes, I'm coming to you now. There was someone else who had some feedback, I think, but I might have missed it. Beautiful. Nicole, if you want mediumship, just let me know specifically who you would like to connect to, and I'm happy to do that. But I do need specifics in this forum because it does take a little while to connect, and yeah, we want to get through as many people as possible. So just checking for any more spammers. Beautiful. Kim Williams. Kim, I haven't got you on my... Oh, yes, I do. I have got you up there. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. All right, good. All right, excellent. Okay, so it does look, it's interesting. Maddie, jump into my list on this post, the little post that I put up. There's a link to my page and you can just click book now and check my availability. That is no problem at all. Michelle and Borgo coming to you now, looking at true love. Why am I with those cards? I want to use these ones. True love, what's going on with Michelle and Borgo? Just going to connect to you. So I've got a few cards now that we're doing other than mediumship. So just going to come to Michelle and Borgo. Michelle, it does feel quite, I want to say patient, but it's almost like waiting. It does feel like waiting. So, yeah, patience required. Let's see what we need to know with Michelle. This is around true love. Michelle, what I feel like is getting down to the salt for you, getting down to the beach, the sand, the salt, jumping in there. Salt's a transmuter of energy. So I feel like getting off some of the residual energy from things that have come before. Similar to what I was saying before with the person who had all the cord cutting cards before. So it is disconnecting from, making sure that, we don't have baggage, that we're dragging around with us. So getting down to the salt, the sand, that might be a good thing. A lot of us are on holidays at the moment, so it's a good time to do that. And I feel like we're doing some healing first. Now, these are very good confirmation, these cards. Knowledge is doing a little bit of research. Now, I'm asking around relationships. Relationships, true love isn't coming out for me. So there is some work to be done beforehand, before we do this. Past into now is, knowledge. It's like learning from what's come before, learning from previous relationships, what I like and what I dislike. I almost feel like with this one, writing down, there's the books there, you can see the books, it's brushing up on your knowledge, but it's like writing down what you need and what you need to bring in to your life. So this is around relationships, being really specific, the man I want or woman I want, whatever your persuasion, looks like A, B, and C, they're going to meet my needs in this way, they're a good listener, all of that sort of stuff. I feel like manifesting, so putting it down. In the present, it's nature, so getting back to the present, paying attention to signs. you know, the butterflies, signs from heaven, the flowers, you know, smelling the flowers, being present, the feathers, you know, all that sort of stuff. But it's getting back to nature and being nice and present and grounded, really important. So it is feeling like doing the healing. Now, clairsentience is also feeling. So it's feeling others' emotions, that sort of thing, moving forward, you know, being nice and compassionate, but maybe developing an ability in that area further. So the clairsentience is actually feeling, you know, the emotions of others and really sensing that. It's a little bit like empath, but more feeling it. Healing is happening as well. There is definitely healing happening. I'm not seeing the love right now, but it does feel like doing some work in that area. Moving forward, Michelle. So apologies that I don't have the relationship card here, but it's doing the work in the present. So I'm sure you'll understand that. Phoebes, just going to come to you, darling. So Phoebes Parker's just after general. And then I've got blockage around business with Sunny. Karen Baker's mum's health. We've got Alicia Prowse, 2-year-old son. Margaret Rogerson, Melissa Metcalf, and Jackie Wilson. So going to come to all of you in the next few minutes, and we'll do our best. We'll get to as many people as we possibly can. Okay, Phoebes, just going to come to you for general. So just connecting into Phoebe at the moment. Phoebe, there does seem to be almost this kind of revived joy in you. It's sitting in solar plexus, and it does feel like a bit of excitement for me. A lot of people have been a bit flat. A lot of the people I've been reading for have been feeling a bit flat. But I do feel like renewed enjoyment, excitement, something like that. It's sitting in solar plexus. So that's actually not bad. That feels good. That is yang, of course, our yang energy, which is the doing energy coming from solar plexus. So that actually feels quite activated with you at the moment. Charging ahead is what I want to say. Oh, that's good. Positive. Bag of marbles. Now, this has a couple of different meanings. What it can mean, it literally can be dementia. So it can be connecting into dementia. This actually came up the other day, and the lady was working in aged care. So that is super interesting. Past into now, bag of marbles. So it can relate to dementia, things around mental health, that sort of thing. So working with people involved in that. It can also tie into childhood with the marbles, because that is a childhood game, that sort of thing. That's passed into now. Lovers is in the present. We've got the lovers just for a different person. So lovers is in the present with Phoebes. So that's there. Tree of life is where the souls gather. So getting an understanding of, that's also knowledge, yeah? It's where we get knowledge from, but also the belief is that where the souls gather, so tree of life. So a couple of different things coming out there, so tree of life, looking forward. Now the epiphanies are what I'm interested in. So things are switching on, starting to make sense. Moving forward. So in terms of, you know, life purpose, what I want to do with my life, that sort of thing, it's a light bulb, yeah? The ideas obviously come from sacral, which is womb space. So I just want to get an overall message for Phoebes. Bag of marbles, lovers, tree of life. It feels like a bit of life purpose for you, Phoebes. Let me see what the overall message is. Phoebes, what I want to say here is this is about trusting your heart space. Feelings is what I want to say moving forward. So it's I feel rather than I think is what I want to say moving forward. Trusting the intuition, that's third eye, you know, space up here. But it does feel like, yeah, feelings overhead. Yeah, heart overhead, if I want to say that. Really connecting the dots. Tree of life is a really interesting one. 3 and 5 is 8, so that's abundance as well. So I just want to touch that for a second, see what we need to know. This is actually feeling like this is how I went there. I went there in a guided meditation, and I didn't intend to, but I was doing a meditation and I just ended up with the tree of life. I feel like you could do the same sort of thing. It feels like meditation going there, and it feels like there's some knowledge that you need to collect from there. So have a think about that moving forward. The tree of knowledge or tree of life, I sort of call them the same thing, but it's meditation, connecting to that energy and seeing what you need to know. Sunny, Phoebes, thank you for connecting. Blockage around business. Which cards do I want to use for business? Goddess, angel therapy. Okay, so Sunny, just going to come to you around your business and blockage there. Thank you everyone for watching on this Monday evening. I'm on the list, wondering if someone who passed is reaching out, also need to 21 level work. Alyssa, I've got quite a long list and we're going a little bit over, so I may not be able to get to you tonight, darling. But if you want a message next week, I'm on from 6:15 standard time and 7:15 daylight saving time. So we'll do my best to get to everyone. But I will, there's just one little me. On my page, I do group readings though. So on Friday, I believe we're going to be doing another group reading that suits all three of us. So if you want to like my page, the link is in this post. Michelle R. Price, the Lightworker, and we do joint readings as well. And that's fun to get a different perspective. All right, so they're all landing face down. Sunny, just going to come around blockage and business. Karen Baker wants to know about mum's health. So Sunny just going to come, oops, I'm dropping cards all over the shop. Sunny just going to have a look at business. Now, if you want to book a one-on-one, links in the post, you can click on book now on my page, and that will show you my availability. I'm open all over Christmas if you need any guidance, that sort of thing. More than happy to offer that. And I do stay online after the show. If you have any questions, feel free to message me as well. Sunny, blockage, business, let's have a look at that. Sunny, the first thing that's coming up with this is just a bit of, feels like a bit of self-doubt. Also number 4 comes up, so being willing to receive. So a couple of things there. Now solar plexus is activating for me, and it does feel a little sore, a little painful. That's our power and control. So just having a feel into that, it does feel a little bit out of whack for me. I almost feel like I want to be in the driver's seat. I feel like I'm in the passenger seat at the moment, and I do say this sometimes in readings to people, but it does feel like really being in charge, really being in control, and feeling that and understanding that. So it does feel a little around sort of self-confidence, self-esteem, getting back into the driver's seat, and I do feel like my solar plexus could be functioning a bit better. So what can help with that is digestive system, you know, plant-based liquids, lots of liquids, getting everything flushed out. Now, mediumship is what I do, but that's past into now, getting a bit of guidance around that. Past into now, listen to your feelings. As I said, loved ones choose you before you choose me as well. Listen to your feelings. So that's your intuition. So as I was saying sort of before is, you know, the trust, the self-esteem, feeling deserving of, receiving, all of that sort of stuff. It's like you know where you're headed, you know what to do intuitively. Crown chakra is connecting through meditation. Now, what I feel like is loved ones in spirit connecting through crown, you know, through up here. That's what I do when I'm doing my mediumship connections. So, not trying to sell a reading to you, but I do very detailed business readings if you feel to connect one-on-one. That's what that's indicating for me. But it is you listening to that intuition, the gut instinct. Bottom of the deck is cutting your cords. So cutting your cords to anything, behaviors, you know, patterns of behavior, falling into old habits, stuff like that that doesn't serve your greatest good and highest purpose anymore. But also feeling cutting cords around people. So attachments to people who don't lift you up, you know, don't have you back, aren't encouraging you with this business. So it does feel like cutting your cords is really important. Underneath that's clear yourself. So it's the same card again, cutting, clearing. So very similar. So definitely trying to disconnect from that. And that's all it feels like, Sunny. It doesn't feel like a big drama. So I feel like that's definitely resolvable. Whispers of healing I want to do for Karen's mum. So just going to come to Karen's mum's health. And then Alicia Prowse was asking about her 2-year-old son, whether or not he's seeing negative energy around relations, relatives. Karen, just going to come to mum and just see what's going on here. Now, Karen mum, her energy does feel a little bit prickly for me. A little bit prickly. So it would be good if you're around her to do maybe some clearing, some smudging, spray, whatever you've got. It does feel a little prickly. So it would be good to, you know, clear some of that. If she's able to get in the bath, I don't know what, you know, she's feeling like, but if she's able to get into the bath, salt water, a saltwater bath would be amazing. It's a very good transmuter of energy. Or even the surf, ocean, if she's able to do that. I'm not sure of her, you know, physical ability. Acceptance, past into now. So that is accepting we can't change everything. We have to sometimes go with the flow. You can see her on the wave there. So that's getting on the wave and just going along with the flow. Whatever happens is meant to be. We can't change. Yeah, acceptance. All right, let me just, oh gosh, cards flying everywhere. Let me just look at mum and health. Karen, it also feels a little bit of pressure up in crown space. There's something up here around crown space, connection to spirit, higher awareness, something like that. There's something going on at the top of my head at the moment as well. All right, just going to draw some cards for mum and just see what else we need to know. Karen, there's something with mum around resistance, so holding on to. So it feels like something emotional and working through releasing that. Resistance is coming. Ah, well, this is positive, love. This is positive. There are hidden blessings. There are hidden blessings. We just can't see it at the moment. But there is a reason, you know, that mum's going through the ill health. So acceptance is number one. Hidden blessings, strength moving forward. So this is actually making us stronger, ultimately, the tiger. So making us a little bit stronger and reawakening. So that is feeling fully healed for me. The angel, the fairy there. So it's funny that I said angel because 7 represents angels for me. So reawakening. So it's coming back to life, essentially. So that's positive, feeling positive. So hopefully that resonates and makes a bit of sense. Now, Alicia Prowse, just want to have a look at your 2-year-old son. Just going to use the spirit animal cards for Alicia's son. Now, if you do want to book a one-on-one, reading, healing, any of those sorts of things, yeah, there's something going on with her head, Karen. I might connect with you one-on-one and see what is going on there. Something going on around headspace with mum, but I might message you. But it is feeling positive, hun. The reawakening is feeling positive. Alicia Prowse, 2-year-old son seeing negative energy. Let's just have a look at Alicia and see what I need to know here. If you want to book a one-on-one, the link is in the post and click book now. Don't forget we're doing joint live readings at the end of the week and that sort of thing. So there's definitely a few things to look out for on my page. And I am open over Christmas. 2-year-old son seeing negative energy. All right, so let's have a look at that. So I do paranormal work, and that's why I'm looking at this for Alicia at the moment. 2-year-old son. Let's just have a look at that. What do I need to know about 2-year-old son? Alicia, definitely sensitive with your little boy. There's a little bit of fear here. Now, fear-based energies sit in the solar plexus, so there is a little bit of fear. Fear of what I'm seeing. I know he's only 2, but it does feel a bit of fear, a bit scared in here. Okay. Bit of uncertainty. I'm just seeing what he's looking at and whether we need to be worried about this or whether it's just relatives, grandparents, that sort of thing. Yeah, you know what? It does feel like a not nice energy to me. Now, when kids are super sensitive, they're like a little light. And if you're sensitive as well, it's the same thing. So they will bring home attachments sometimes. So what I want to say to you is it's important to protect your energy. One, it would be good to smudge, setting an intention that, you know, any energies that are not from the light, please leave the home, because it is feeling a little darker for me. It's not feeling like a relative, although relatives can come and go from the light, all that sort of stuff. But this energy feels a little darker. So probably an earthbound. It is feeling a little heavier for me. So yeah, definitely feeling that. So you're onto something. You're onto something. All right. Wow. So that is passed into now the butterfly. Big changes happening. So that's good. That's a good one. That's rebirth. And that is connecting into third eye. So big changes happening. So what we see, trusting your feelings again, that was the one we had before for another little boy, Hunter, I think it was. That's the horse. So feelings, intuition, that's third eye space. So that's definitely the visual. That's confirmation that he is seeing. That's the clairvoyancy. So definitely seeing third eye again. This is communication. So this is when a little bit further forward as he grows up a little bit, this is asking for what he wants, him being very vocal, you know, very clear with my communication. So he may need to work through that, you know, be able to, you know, speak up and be encouraged. But it's a line, it is courage. Yeah, so that's throat space. So hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, definitely a little gift there. And we do need to watch that. So protection, yeah, protecting, bubbling, all that sort of stuff, but cleansing the energy in your home and just trying to ask any earthbounds to leave because they're not welcome. Now, I do have to jump off. I apologize to all the people that I couldn't get to. Dizzy spells. Okay, so it is headspace. Yeah, that's interesting, Karen. I might message you one-on-one and see what's going on there. All right, so everyone who has watched tonight, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I am back next week from 6:15 standard time, 7:15 daylight saving time. If you have any questions about anything that I do, please feel free to message me. I will hang around and answer your questions after the show. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. If you want to book a one-on-one, fabulous, and I'd love to see you during the week. I am open all week. Thank you so much. Have a great night.